Welcome to the Seller Roundtable e-commerce coaching and business strategies with Andy Arnott and Amy Wees.
Interesting, because my wife also asked me, how do you constantly have this energy? Like you don't stop working, you always have ideas and your mind runs. So honestly, I don't know. I mean, thank God that I have this natural ability and natural talents, but I'm trying to keep myself like, for example, I don't know, you can see it from here, but I have like a whole shelf of books that I want to read because, but the problem is I have this personal issue. I don't know what it is. Maybe you can figure it out. It's like when I start reading, like I read a book and then my mind starts running into power or something else, and I can't read a book. So I don't know what it is. So basically, one thing that I try to do, which works very efficient, and I think anyone can do it, which is working with affirmations. I think it's called affirmations. Like keep on affirming things that you want to do. For example, I want to do an event. I never dreamt, believed that I can run a big event. I was like, when I walk, I take a walk. I'm dreaming. I see the event happening in my mind, in my eyes, like it's happening. It's big. Amy's there. Amy's speaking. Like we have this huge trade show. We have this food. Once you envision it and you affirm it that you can do it and you are doing it, it's not like maybe I'm doing it, I'm going to do it. This is things come your way. It's starting to happen. So it's like very impressive.
Scott says, I love that. I think it's so awesome to visualize. They say that the best goal setters and goal achievers in the world are those that can clearly visualize their goals and that write them down. So I like that. And I think that I think that's called ADHD, when you try to read a book, but your mind wanders. And Scott says, Amazon, a great business for people with ADHD, the ability to focus a little bit on many things at once. And I also have ADHD, so I have a really hard time reading and focusing. I can't even watch like a whole movie without my mind wandering. I'm always thinking on something new, visualizing something new. And I think it's a positive thing, right? It's a superpower, but at the same time, like you said, you want to read these books, you want to grow. So maybe just a little bit at a time. I know I really like audiobooks. So I get through a lot more audiobooks than I do like reading books, because I can go do something else while I'm listening.
Right. Mm-hmm. But you still have to focus, like you still have to memorize all these words and stuff. So it's
yeah, I have. Sometimes it depends what activity it is, but sometimes I can listen really intently to a book, and other times I'll notice that, oh, my mind is wandering and I'm not actually listening to this book at all right now.
Right, that's exactly what I mean.
But I mean, I still get a lot out of it. I like to when I'm driving in the car. So I was driving up to Seller Meetup in Austin, Texas, which is a 90-minute drive for me. And I listened to Purple Cow by Seth Godin the whole ride there. And I got a lot out of it. I didn't finish the whole book, but like I got the bulk of it done, and it was really, really good. I also really like summary books. Have you ever done the summary books?
What's a summary book?
So it's like, it takes one of those big books that we can't get through because we have too many wondering thoughts. Yeah. And it will break it down into like, hey, what this book is saying is X, Y, and Z, and you can, there's audio versions of them. And so I like that.
I think I remember I once downloaded an app. It's called like 12 minutes something. And it gives you like a 12 minutes overview of every book. Like a 12 minutes, it gives you but I don't know, because I feel like I'm missing like certain points. It's like also another.
Any advice, Mac, that you have for anyone in either the e-commerce business or starting their own business? I would say first, I'd love to ask you just what is your biggest challenge that you've had to overcome in your various business ventures?
Yeah, so for me personally, it's a few things, because the way I grew up, I didn't grow up with any business experience, and we don't learn. I mean, we don't learn like business, anything about business in school, in our schools and whatever. So when I got older, like this, I had to figure out everything from birth. It's like I was just born. I'm gonna start my life now. So it's like it was a big challenge, like especially in speaking English. We don't even speak English at home, so I had to learn the language and deal with all these, especially when I went out on social media, like on LinkedIn, everything. I had to learn this language in order to get into business, especially with Amazon, all these listings and stuff. So it's that was a big challenge.
That's a lot.
And yeah, and then my other challenge was, as I said earlier, like I used to be like a very, I still have this, it was like a very shy, like a very introvert. So it was very hard for me to communicate, to socialize with people, and be confident in myself, to know what I'm good at, and promote it and offer it and charge money for it. That was like in the beginning when I started creating listings, I was like, I don't know, I'm just doing you a favor. This is your listing. People are ready to pay. I was like, wow. People are paying me money for this, so it's like it took some time to process. It's like, yeah. But I'm still constantly learning because especially now with events, dealing with so many people in the corporate world. So it's like
I love that. I love all of the challenges that you've overcome and just the attitude that you've had throughout. So that being said, do you have any advice? If you had to give one piece of advice to someone starting a new business, what would it be?
Yeah, so it's basically it's a general thing that if you have anything in your life that you feel like it's holding you back, or you can't go into business because of any reason, either because you grow up like me, like you don't have any business experience, or you don't know English, or you don't know, or your parents are not business people, you don't know anything about business, or any other excuse. I don't see why how a person should have any excuse, because any obstacle you can overcome if you're really willing to do it. So it's just a matter of people that really want it and really do go all the way, and they don't look at the negative, they don't look at the obstacles, and they just jump in and go for it. And some people are happy, just I don't know, just doing whatever it is, finding like a 9 to 5 job and party and live their life. But people that have like this I don't know how you say it, like this big they want to grow, they want to become something, they want to be something in this world. Everyone has their own obstacles, everyone has their own issues, but it's just a matter of don't think about it, just jump in, and things will come your way.
That's a really powerful message. And I know that someone that's listening to this podcast needs to hear that, because there are so many people that start without speaking any English. I get people that reach out to me all the time and say, Amy, I want to talk to you, but my English isn't good. And it's like, well, it's probably better than my Russian or, than my Chinese or whatever language it is that you speak. So it's okay. It's okay. Like I have a massive amount of respect for people that try to learn another language and just try to make it work. So I love that. And it's really great advice. And we just appreciate you so much. You've really overcome a lot. And I have this whole new understanding and respect for Mac now. It's really awesome. So that being said, where's the next powwow?
Oh, that's a secret. So right after we finished the Miami event, we were like, okay, let's take a break for a few days. Let's air out. But the problem was that all three of us were like, all these entrepreneurs, we have to keep going. So a day after, we were like on the group, we have like our own group. Okay, let's get to work the next event, right away. No days off. So
Amy Weiss emceeing for you again. We'll see.
Okay,
I had a lot of fun doing it.
Thank you, buddy. I forgot to mention, but the MCs, since we only had like 6 weeks to prepare everything, we were like, who's gonna be MC? We had someone on board, but then he had to cancel. We're like, we're gonna do it. Okay, you know what? We will take hopefully one of the speakers will volunteer and do it. And thank you for Amy for jumping in, and you were actually really great at it.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I had fun. All right. So last but not least, how can people reach you? And what you can feel free to plug anything you want to plug here.
Oh, so the best way to reach me is first of all on WhatsApp, as I said about the group, and the status. So if you're a seller and you want to stay up to date with all the latest information about selling on Amazon, it's good to connect. You basically have to save me your contact, and I have to save you, and then you can see my status. And then I have the Amazon group. So the best way is to send me a message on WhatsApp. I don't know if I should tell my number here, or you're gonna put it in the description. And
yeah, we can put it in the show notes, and I'm sure people can reach out to you on LinkedIn if they need to get it earlier than that, right?
Yeah, so it's either WhatsApp or LinkedIn. LinkedIn is Mac Schlesinger. You can see my name here. Just search my name. If you're connected, then just send me a private message anytime. And otherwise, you can
And
connect.
your service-based business is, what's the website for that?
So it's bestsellerlisters.com.
bestsellerlisters.com. Awesome. Well, Mac, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. It was really inspiring and really cool to hear all the different things that you've done. Thanks for all of your advice and just for being real with us today. And thanks for putting together a really great event with Powwow. It's, we had a great time, and we look forward to the next one. I guess we'll all have to stay in tune. I know that Powwow is also on LinkedIn, so you guys can find Powwow on LinkedIn if you're wanting to get connected with the Amazon Powwow events. You got to come because, like I said, the food, the food is so good. I can't get over it. But anyway, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Matt, for being here. And thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for your rate, your review. Don't forget to vote for us in Seller Poll. Voting is closing now. So probably by the time you listen to this podcast, it'll be closed. But if you're watching us live, vote for us for best podcast in Seller Poll, sellerpoll.com. And don't forget to rate and review and subscribe. We love your feedback. We love doing this for you every week. We love having you involved. And I'm going to press stop on the record button, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in. Join us every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for live Q&A and bonus content after the recording at sellerroundtable.com. Sponsored by the ultimate software tool for Amazon sales and growth, sellerseo.com and amazingathome.com.